All right, so have you ever felt like saying Arabic, it's kind of like, I don't know, way too general, like it's missing something?
Totally.
We're diving into Gulf Arabic today, and let me tell you, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it's got its own personality for sure. Arabic is more like, think of it as a family, right?
Yeah.
And it's got all these branches of dialects.
Okay.
And Gulf Arabic, spoken around the Persian Gulf, it holds on to these really cool, unique traits.
Okay, so it's not just the accent then. What makes it stand out?
So imagine this. It's like a linguistic time capsule.
Okay.
Gulf Arabic has these sounds, right? Sounds that other Arabic dialects, they've kind of lost them over time.
Ah.
Like that this sounds, think this.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like a direct link back to like classical Arabic.
Wow, so they're speaking with like echoes of the past.
Exactly.
But it's not just holding on to the old ways, is it? The stuff we read mentioned a dialect continuum, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't totally sure what that meant.
Right. So think of it like a spectrum. Dialects on a spectrum. Yeah. Two towns right next to each other.
Yeah.
They'll understand each other's Gulf Arabic, no problem. But you go a bit further,
Uh-huh.
and it's like that game, telephone.
Oh, yeah.
The dialect, it changes subtly as you move around.
Wow, that's amazing. So even within Gulf Arabic, there's like tons of diversity.
Absolutely.
Does that make it super hard to like define it?
It's more about appreciating all the little differences,
Yeah.
Like take the word for mosque.
Okay. Yeah.
Some Gulf dialects you'll hear masjid,
Right.
but in others it's masjid. Small change,
Mm-hmm.
but it shows you how, like even over short distances, pronunciation can shift.
So it really is about geography and language, like totally intertwined. The sources mention some specific letter sounds too. It made me wonder if Gulf Arabic has like its own alphabet almost.
Well, not a whole separate alphabet or anything, but they've got these unique ways of saying certain letters,
Yeah.
particularly those that they brought back from classical Arabic. For example, the letter Jim, we write it as B, it can sound like the English J or a softer Y sound.
Oh, interesting.
It all depends on the region.
Hold on, let me get this straight. So the way you say mosque, like if it's masjid with a hard J or masjid with a Y sound, that could basically tell you where someone's from.
Yeah, exactly. Like a linguistic fingerprint almost. And it's these variations that really make the dialect so rich and interesting,
Yeah, totally.
Because it just shows you that language is alive. It's constantly changing, always adapting, reflecting the history of the people speaking it.
Okay, so we've got these cool sounds, the tooth, the shifting J, but what about the grammar? Is that a whole other world in Gulf Arabic too?
Absolutely, the grammar's a trip.
Okay,
So the word order is usually pretty similar to other Arabic dialects,
right.
but then Gulf Arabic throws you a curveball,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to asking questions.
What do you mean?
Like, they don't always do that thing where the question word comes first. They might just, like, shuffle the whole sentence around for emphasis, and it totally changes how it sounds.
Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta be honest. I'm having a little trouble picturing this whole rearranging the sentence for a question thing. Can you give me an example?
Okay, imagine you want to know who messed up a project, right?
Right.
In most dialects, you'd ask, who ruined the project?
Yeah. Makes sense.
But in Gulf Arabic, you can flip it around and make it super dramatic. Say, ruin the project, .who.
Wow, yeah. You're right. It puts so much more emphasis on the who. It's like the grammar itself is like adding all this drama.
Exactly. And it's not just about sounding dramatic.
Yeah.
It gives you a way to add nuance.
Yeah.
Like, say you want to sound a little skeptical
Uh-huh.
or like you don't believe something. You can rearrange the question in Gulf Arabic to get that across. But in other dialects, you might have to use a whole bunch of extra words to say the same thing.
So it's like they're really like packing a punch with their grammar. I'm starting to see how Gulf Arabic isn't just about the sounds. It's also this whole other layer of meaning with how they arrange the words,
Exactly. And they do something similar with pronouns too.
Pronouns.
Yeah.
You mean like I, you, we, those pronouns?
Yep, those ones.
I gotta say, I never thought of those as being very exciting.
Oh, they can be. Even those simple words can be different in Gulf Arabic. Like, take the word for we, for example.
Okay.
Most dialects use ni'ain,
Yeah.
but in parts of the Gulf, particularly Bahrain and Qatar, they say ina.
Wait, seriously, we is different.
Yeah.
That's wild. It just shows you how these dialects, even though they're connected, they each have their own thing going on.
Exactly. Like everyone's adding their own little twist to the
Yeah.
bigger picture of Arabic.
This is blowing my mind. So we've got unique sounds, we've got
Mm.
grammatical acrobatics, we've got pronoun variations. Is there anything else that makes Gulf Arabic stand out?
Oh, there's more. They've even got a special way of expressing possession.
Possession, like when you say something belongs to someone?
Exactly. And we use it all the time without even thinking about it.
That's true.
But Gulf Arabic, they like to get creative with it.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more.
In a lot of dialects, you just tack on a suffix to a noun to show possession, like my book would be one word.
Yeah.
But Gulf Arabic uses these words, mal and hag, to do the same thing.
Interesting.
So instead of just saying kitabi for my book, they might say al-kitab mali, which is like saying the book, mine.
Oh, wow. So it's like they're really emphasizing that ownership, like driving home that mine part.
Exactly. It's a subtle difference, but it tells you something about how they see the world.
Yeah.
Their values are baked right into the language.
I love that. These little quirks in language, they really give you a glimpse into the people who speak it, their culture and worldview. It's not just about conveying information, it's about expressing who they are.
You got it. Language is powerful stuff. It reflects where we come from, what we believe, who we are.
It's amazing when you think about it. Something we use every single day, language, and we never really stop to think about all the ways it can be different in other places and what those differences tell us,
Mhm.
about other cultures.
It's true. And that's what makes digging into dialects so fascinating, I think. It's like we're piecing together this puzzle,
Hmm.
looking at how history and geography and just people interacting with each other have shaped how we talk.
I'm with you. This deep dive into Gulf Arabic, it's really been eye-opening, I gotta say. I feel
Yeah.
like we're just scratching the surface here, but it's already got me thinking about language in a whole new way.
Mhm. And there's so much more we could explore, Like we could spend a whole other deep dive talking about how they conjugate verbs in Gulf Arabic or the influence of Persian and all these other languages on the vocabulary.
Right.
We could even talk about Gulf Arabic literature and poetry. That's a whole other thing,
Sounds like a whole other deep dive waiting to happen.
for sure. But I think for now, the main thing to remember is next time you hear someone speaking Arabic, right?
Mm.
Just remember that it's not just one language. It's this whole tapestry,
I like that, a tapestry.
Yeah, all these different dialects woven together, each with its own story to tell.
Beautifully said. Well, to everyone listening, the next time you encounter any language, really, dig a little deeper,
Mhm.
You might be surprised by what you find. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the amazing world of Gulf Arabic.